Hey, how you doing? My name is Chris. Welcome to my shop. Last week I promised you that I would take you on a road trip with me, and today is the day we're going to go. This is part one of a two-part series that I'll do because the conversation, the interview that we had was a little lengthy. So I'll do this part one today, and I'll have part two ready for you as soon as I can. But we're going to go see my hero, and he's a 5-year-old kid named Vance. And if you're familiar with Tim Sway, you know his son, Vance Maker. We're going to go talk to him, and we're going to go spend some time with his dad, too, because Mr. Sway has got some pretty cool ideas. Let's take off.
Next left, and then your destination is ahead on the right.
Ooh, there he is.
All right, Chris, here he is. Here's Vance.
Vance, I brought you a present.
Thanks.
You know what it is?
You know what that is?
It's a toolbox.
It's a toolbox, that's right. And inside there is a, what's that called, do you know?
I forgot.
It's a block plane.
A block plane.
Yeah, it's a block plane. It's going to need some reconditioning.
Yeah, this needs a little bit of cleanup.
But you did so good on the screwdrivers that you did with your dad
Yeah.
here that I figured, you know what, that would be easy peasy for you. You could do that and put that thing back to work real quick.
And then what you can do with this is drag it across the wood. I should just grab one of mine set up. And see how it actually cuts the wood. This is plywood, so it doesn't work good on that. I don't want to mess up your work there. But you can actually shave it down and make, like I do, make the
Is this
curves.
any good?
Yeah, you want to go, see the grains, the direction goes this way?
Yeah.
You want to go with the grain, or kind of, well,
I don't want to write my name.
Yeah.
with the grain for now like that, and you would drag it across, and you could make it smooth, like almost like sanding. But we'll set it up. We need to clean that blade up a little bit. It's a little rusty. We'll clean that all up, and I'll show you how to do it.
Yeah, it's got some chips on it, but I wanted to come give that to you because, you know, there are guys out there like Izzy Swan and like Jimmy DiResta, you know, big guys that are superhero kind of dudes.
Yeah.
And to me, you're a bigger hero than they are. So give me 5. There you go. All right. I'm going to borrow your dad and talk to him for a little bit. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Okay, obviously you guys know who this gentleman is, and you got to know who he is. But in case you don't know, for some reason, this is Tim Sway. He's like he wears the crown of upcycling. He is one of the partners in crime of the audio podcast, Reclaimed Audio,
yeah.
And you do that with Phil Pinsky and what's his face?
I don't know.
You know, it's funny. I was talking to one of those guys, and I was.
It's one of those hats.
Yeah, I was talking to one of your partners in crime there, and I told him I was coming up to visit you today. And I said, "What can I do to screw with Tim?" And one of them, I can tell you who,
I know.
said, "Go to KFC, get a bucket of chicken, but fill it up with vegetables." Take a guess who that was.
I have a good guess.
We love you, Bill, but KFC wasn't open, man. I couldn't do it. Sorry,
it's too
I
early for
apologize.
that.
Was a good idea though. You put a video out in the Facebook group that we belong to, and that it hasn't made it to the general public. And I don't know if you're willing to talk about that in front of the general public at this point, because I know this is an idea of yours that's not going to happen tomorrow, but it's something you'd like to see happen in the future at some point.
Yeah, well, I mean, the idea is I think an idea that a lot of us have, and it's basically we want to see kids making stuff with their hands, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and it's no secret that that's what I'm all about.
I
am, and that's why I have the Vance Maker series,
Right.
Look at
And
me.
it's partly
Don't
for
listen to me too. I say squares.
no swearing over
No
there.
swearing over there, buddy.
But it's partly because I want to do it for my own son, and I also want to encourage other people to try this stuff. Hey, bud, just give us a little minute, okay?
But you know what? There's a lot of kids out there that are like him that don't have parents who are even capable of helping.
Well, that's the thing, and that's what I was thinking about is all these. I mean, whether they're families that don't have handy dads and moms,
right,
or if they're families that just don't have the means. I would like to see all kids get the opportunity to make stuff and to build and create. So what I've been doing is, and I don't know, there's all sorts of logistics. I'm sure there's like lawyers you got to have and insurance, all this stuff.
Yeah.
But what I'm working on is I'm collecting tools right now because, as we know, and actually they just talked about it recently in the Making It podcast too, about this plethora of tools as guys, our age and older give up, retire, quit. There's these basements full of tools, and then their grandkids don't know anything about them. They're throwing the darn things away.
Right.
I'm trying to collect these tools, and my idea is I don't want to buy new tools. I don't need to go to some foreign country and get a bunch of crappy tools shipped over to give to kids.
Right.
Because all these tools are already here in America. They built the country that we're living in now.
Right.
And there's still work. My whole shop is full of them.
Yeah.
And you have them too. I mean,
Sure.
they still work. So I want to get these tools, and I want to clean them up, and I want to put them in the hands of people that can use them. Kids specifically.
Right.
And the main idea behind the whole thing is that if you're a kid and you're coming from a broken home, or your life's not going the way it is, you don't have a lot of money or anything, here's a simple box with some simple tools. You don't like the world the way it is, go build it the way you want it to be, and I want to help them do that.
Right. No, I think it's a great idea, and which is why I'm here.
Yeah.
And you know that. Vance's toolbox was inspired by Tim because he had mentioned in the video that I did see that he put out in our Facebook group that he was hoping to have a group of kids at some point in time be able to come in and build their own toolboxes, and like you said, fill it up with some tools, and then if you don't like the way the world is, then go build it the one that you want to live in. And that's what inspired me to do the toolbox, and I brought them up some templates so the kids in the future, if this actually happens, can go ahead and make their own toolboxes using those, or a different variety of it. But that's why I wanted to come up to see you. But
And I appreciate that. Thank you.
no, you're welcome. But and I know primarily you're kind of in the tool gathering stage right now, but you know the community that we have, and there are some pretty awesome people involved in this community. Is there anything that the makers out there, I'm talking metal workers, woodworkers, obviously like myself, we have crafting people, we have people that do stitching, sewing. Is there anything that makers can help make for you to get things underway, or help, or even, even if you're just in the point right now to where you're stocking some stuff? Because all we need to do, I think, is ask. And I believe that you would find a lot of people going, I'll help them out with that.
You're right. Well, there's a couple things that could help. And, like I said, this is all like a dream that I sort of threw this video out into the group. And I'm not really fully prepared. I don't have all. I'm a planner. I like to have all my I's dotted, all my T's crossed before I go out and say, here's my plan. Like the reincarnation thing when I tried that didn't even work. I worked on that for 4 months before I went out. And this is just this idea I've been kicking around.
Right.
So I can think of things that if I'm 5 years old, 7 years old, 10 years old, what are the tools that I'm going to use? I need a hammer. I need a screwdriver, both kinds.
Maybe a saw.
Maybe a saw. Do I need a number 8? No, I don't.
No. Yeah. Okay. When I was 8,
one of these.
Yeah.
Like a clamp. We all know what those basic tools are to get you started. And again, it's like there's this whole logistics thing. I don't want to. With a skill saw and a corded drill, you can build anything, right?
Right.
But I can't give a 7-year-old a skill saw. So
No.
we're starting smaller, definitely.
Got it.
So there's just some basic hand tools and these toolboxes. Like, I love the idea of every kid. I want them to be involved in the making of their toolbox. But that's there's like getting a start like that. I'm not quite sure how it's all going to work. Hopefully someday I hope to recreate my shop in like a smaller version.
In a miniature version,
so
the kids will have a workbench that they can work at.
So Vance doesn't have to climb up on the bench to work. So and actually have like
I already have a workshop, Dad.
Oh, that's right.
Vance already has a workshop.
He does. I made him for Christmas. I made him a table at our house.
Oh, that's cool.
A reclaimed wood with a whiteboard top. And
Right.
It's his crafting. It's awesome. It's so awesome. You go in there, there's all this stuff taped all over the wall.
You're the man.
It's a beautiful
You got to decorate your shop.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It looks like this, actually. It's a mess. I don't know where he gets it.
Oh, yeah! So I need to put it in the middle because it's more strength and then.
Oh, what a great guy, and what a cool kid. I'll have part 2 of my interview with Tim and Vance Maker for you next week, all right? So until then, you guys take care. Get out in your shop, make that first cut, and get something done. I'll talk to you later.